Hello and welcome everyone. I've got a few new things that I wanted to share with you. So firstly, there's this little square watercolour pad with these little gold rings. I just have to get the plastic off. Now this is from Light Wish on Amazon, and it is, let's see, cold pressed 300 GSM, 100% cotton, and there are 20 sheets in here. So let's unravel this. Ooh. And it's got it's like embossed on the bottom. Can't read what it says though. However, it says, oh, premium quality. I can see that at the bottom. This is obviously going to lay nice and flat, and I'm hoping, let's just see if I can turn that one round a bit. Do these open up maybe? So that you can replace, right, that's definitely the hinge. I think you can, yes. Ooh, there we go. And then that snaps shut. So I could use these again to make my own little pad. But this is like a cover, a cardboard thick cover on it. So yeah, I can make a design on that when I'm ready. So it does say acid free, 100% cotton, cold pressed, 300 GSM, and it's 190 by 190 millimeters, or 19 by 19 centimeters, which is about 7.5 by 7.5 inches. And there are 20 sheets here. There's 20 sheets, and if you use both sides, that means there's going to be 40. So yes, I will be giving this a go. Maybe I'll use this for one of my paint calms on a Friday maybe. In the meantime though, let's move on to oh, and I forgot the price. That's $17.99, and I will put a link below. I'm hoping that I've sorted out my Amazon associates so that I can put the UK and the US link now. She says, ever hopefully, because it was not easy to understand. But anyways, then I've got these from Jackson's, and these are Blockx watercolor pans, but they are massive. At the moment, Jackson's has got some reductions on what they're calling artisan watercolors. So the Blockx range is part of that. I think A Gallo is, and some of the others that are, I suppose, not sort of Daniel Smith or Michael Harding or Winsor and Newton. These are, you know, what they're calling the artisan collections. I have never tried Blockx paints before, so I'm really hoping I'm going to like them. These are, now what does it say? They're called a giant pan. Does it say how much is in each one? They are honey based. 18 mils in each one. Now, the price that I paid for each one was £21.25. And I think originally they're about £26 each. I just picked 3 colours. All of Blockx watercolours are light fast. So the 3 colours that I picked, I'll start with indigo. Indigo is semi-transparent. It is PB29, PB15 and PBK9 in this range. Then I picked yellow ochre. Yellow ochre is semi-opaque and it is PY42. Remember, these are all light fast. And then the other colour that I picked was burnt sienna deep, and that is transparent, and it is PBR7. And so I'm going to give these a try. Apparently you can refill these. I'm going to do a couple of colour wheels. I'm going to do my 3 colour wheel that I normally do, and then I'm going to do a much bigger 12 segment colour wheel as well. And then I can add that to my collection that I'm building up in my lovely storage box here of different colour palettes to use. So let's give these Blockx colours a try. I do also have an embossing tool. It's a pen, and it's the X-Cut 4-in-1 embossing pen craft tool, £6.99, and an embossing clear embossing pen. It's dual tip by Sukineko, £2.99. So I'm going to have a play with those afterwards. But first of all, I can't wait. I want to get into these Blockx paints. So let's open them up. It's a ceramic tray. Wow. And it does have the colour name on the bottom. Indigo. Right. So you can fill these back up from the tube, I'm guessing, if you buy the tubes. And yeah, this says yellow ochre. They are so satisfying in your hand. They are quite heavy. These are for the studio rather than taking out. And there we have, oh, burnt sienna isn't written on the bottom. Oh, hold on, its label fell off. That's fine, we will just stick it back on. There we go, burnt sienna. Now I picked these 3 colours because they are the ones that I use these quite a lot. I'll keep the boxes because I can then note the pigment numbers and things. So let us start by writing our names. Burnt sienna deep, wasn't it? Yeah. Burnt sienna deep. Yellow ochre. And indigo. And these are, how do you spell the blocks? K-X. There we go. Blockx. Okay. Now I might need something to do some mixing in, mightn't I? Let's find a mixing palette. There we go, one mixing palette. I'm using a size 8 Escoda Perla to do this. So let's start with yellow ochre. Ooh, that's lovely. That really re-wet nicely. What a lovely colour. Wow. Let me move everything up a bit. There we go. There is our yellow ochre. And I will put, because I'm going to have to mix yellow ochre with 2 other colours. So let's pop a couple of yellow ochres in there. Moving round, we'll put our indigo in. Oh, it's so nice to move that down. So nice to use these great big giant pans. Oh, look at that. Now that is also a gorgeous colour. I'm really hoping I've made some good choices here of things that I'm going to use a lot of, bearing in mind that they are such a big giant pan of colour. So we need to mix our yellow ochre and our indigo in here. There, we've got this really deep dark green. Let's do our burnt sienna deep. This one was supposed to be quite transparent, so that could be quite interesting. Yes, it is. There is our burnt sienna, and we need to mix burnt sienna and yellow ochre because it's so transparent. We might need a bit more. There we go. So that can go in there. And all that leaves us to mix is burnt sienna and indigo. There we go. So those are my 3 colours, and then just 2 of each of the colours mixed together, which I think gives rather a nice palette there. But let's do it in a bit more detail, shall we? So let us put our yellow ochre there. 1, 2, 3, 4. This can be indigo. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this can be burnt sienna deep. So we've got where our 3 main colours are going to go. So let's start with popping our yellow ochre in here. And I'm going to try and leave a little bit of a white gap so that they don't bleed into each other. There is our yellow ochre. So I need a bit of yellow ochre. There we go. Not quite a bit. Add a bit more water. And now I'm going to gradually add indigo. So that might have been a bit too much. Let's add a little bit of indigo. And then a little bit more indigo. And then finally, even more indigo. Wow, there we go. So let me move that round for myself. Let's now do our indigo. This is quite a blue indigo, as opposed some of them can be a lot darker. This is more on the blue side of indigo, if that makes sense. So there is our indigo. Now I gradually want to add some burnt sienna. I'm not sure that that was enough because it's quite a light transparent colour. There we go. That's better. And a bit more burnt sienna. Gosh, that is a very deep dark brown. Almost black. And finally, even more burnt sienna. Oh, I've gone a bit off on my lines there. That is a gorgeous brown. And then finally, we need to put burnt sienna in here. And we need to gradually add yellow ochre to it. Not sure if I put too much in there. And a bit more. And finally, even more. I think because the yellow ochre is quite opaque, I'm not really seeing a huge amount of difference. I don't know, maybe let's maybe see if we can add a bit more to each of these so as we get a bit more of a difference. Yeah, maybe that's slightly better. Right, let me, oh, I've made a big mess there. Okay, let's see if we can scrub that out because it's a transparent colour. Oh yes, right, so let me bring this up and you can see my much bigger colour wheel as opposed to just the 3. So this is going to give me some wonderful basic colours that I can use. So I am really quite pleased with those. I need to make sure I put on here Blockx. There. Wow. Wow. Ceramic tubs. I think I call them tubs rather than pans. But yes, there we go. Those are 3 of the Blockx giant pans. And I could well be adding to that, I think, because they are rather lovely. Okay, let's let them dry. So I'll just move them out of shot a bit and move those up as well. Let's get this one out of the way. And let us find a piece of watercolour paper. An old piece with something else on the back, because I want to try out this where is it? Wrong one. Embossing tool, the X-Cut 4-in-1 embossing tool, and this pen, and something that I do already have. I already have an embossing pen. So I think I will put the new one back in the tin. And I have got some embossing powder. I've got mirror gold and silver dollar. Now I have to remember how to do this. I think you need to heat them after you've done them. So, but what I want to do is, let us, right, which is the smallest one? 1.0. Okay, so let's just, what should we do? Should we do a circle with like a star inside it? I've got 2 pieces of paper here. Then let's go up a size to the 1.5. So that we can compare them. And then we've got a 2.0. So I'm just doing circles with little stars inside. And then maybe someone can help me understand why you would need a pin. But anyways, it comes with one pin, and then your embossing tool is a size 1.0, 1.5 and 2.0. So we have those there. I'm guessing we then need to go in, ooh, maybe we need the other end with this. Okay. And I guess we then have to put some of the embossing powder on. What am I going to use to put this on with? Let's use this little angled shader, because we can maybe just sprinkle it on with this. Okay. And then we're going to need to just make sure that this is all covered. Which it looks like it is. Shake off our excess. Pop that back in the tub. There we go. And then get the heating tool out. Where is my heat tool? Here is my heat tool. Okay. Well, there we go. I think you can see that was our 1.0. That was our 1.5, slightly bigger. And then this one is definitely thicker, the 2.0. So that works perfectly. So in future, I can do some embossing on cards, and I don't have to use you know, stamps or anything. I can just freehand it with this X-Cut 4-in-1 embossing pen craft tool. So there we go. I've had these embossing powders for quite some time, So I will leave links to all of these in the description below, in case there is something there that you would like to have a try at. But I think I can use my embossing on the front of here. So I will do that as another video, I think, doing the cover of this new Light Wish watercolor pad. Really nice, thick 300 GSM paper. That's nice. Lovely. Okay, so bring you back in. There we are, just a few bits today to share with you, and I do hope that you all have a lovely morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you are. And of course, always stay safe, stay healthy and stay calm until I see you next time.